Ever wonder why everyone wants to fix their car at this workshop? Meet Brittany Friesen, a talented young woman from Kentucky who turned her passion for cars into a thriving career. She owns one of the most respected auto shops in the region and can handle anything from classic restorations to the latest modern engines. With precision, dedication, and a fearless attitude, Brittany doesn't just supervise. She gets her hands greasy, making sure every job is done right. She's breaking the stereotype that mechanics is a man's world, proving every day that skill, passion, and hard work know no gender. And she's not just making waves locally. With over 500,000 followers online, Brittany shares the day-to-day life of her workshop, inspiring car lovers everywhere.
Welcome back to the channel, and skill trades is the advice I'm going to keep handing out for the next couple of videos because I also have the data to back it up. Now, automotive service technicians and mechanics, they have about 70,000 openings a year in the US over 2024 to 2034, and diesel service techs have about 26,500. The data actually proves it. Why I go into this is because I want to let people know, especially women, and we're not bashing them, that there are many other roles out there besides trying to compete with the same guys for the same jobs in that air conditioning office. We need you out in the fields as well. At the same time, office and administrative support is projected to drop about 4%, and secretaries and administrative assistants show little or no growth. So I'm going to fix my earlier framing about earlier videos I had. Again, this is not about bashing women. It's about calling out the bad habit. People complain about layoffs, then keep chasing the same clerical path that keeps shrinking.
So, thanks for the question, girlie. Fun fact, when I applied to Audi, I had zero experience. I did not work in this industry at all. I literally came from working as a cashier at Sam's Club, but I was also in school. But at school, they don't really teach you much. It's hands-on learning that's honestly does a lot for you. But so I started off as an apprentice for Audi. With your apprenticeship, you are put under a experienced technician. In my case, I was being taught under the shop foreman, and he literally taught me everything I know today, from performing basic oil changes to tearing apart engines. But girl, I highly suggest doing an apprenticeship somewhere. They do them everywhere. Mercedes-Benz, Audi, Porsche. Those are the only ones I'm familiar with, but definitely look into an apprenticeship because I don't know, it's just the comfort of someone looking after you, and someone you can go to ask any question at any time and ask all the questions you need, even if they're dumb, because that one question could be a big mistake. But honestly, ask every question. Whatever car brand you're going with, do a lot of digging, like personal study. With Audi, they actually give you access to look into all of the handbooks, and they have videos now that teach you step by step on how to do things. For instance, that timing job that I did the other day, I literally could watch a video. Well, I was aware of this after I did timing because my shop foreman was like, you don't have to watch YouTube. We have like a portal inside of Audi that teaches you. And I'm like, what? But yeah, highly suggest a dealership.
We all know if you're experienced in the field, the best way to get into the industry is to go directly into a small shop and learn from the ground up. Usually the more experienced tech will teach you if they'll have you, and then you go to school while doing it. But working at a dealership is one of the super fast way of becoming a certified technician. Now, the US Bureau of Labor Statistics says tech, including AI, keeps squeezing office work, while manual repair faces a different outlook. If you want steady work, stop waiting for a desk job to save you. Go learn a skill.
Ladies, stop scrolling because this video is for you. Have you ever taken your car in for service and felt completely overwhelmed or talked down to or taken advantage of? Have you gotten a price quote that didn't sit right with you, but you didn't know enough or feel confident enough to ask questions, or the service writer is trying to tell you what's going on with your car and he may as well be speaking another language because you have no idea what he's talking about? You're not alone, and I'm here to help. My name is Brittany. I have been a mechanic here at my family's garage for almost 15 years, and I'm going to start a video series to help women feel more empowered and confident when it comes to their cars. I'm going to start off with teaching some of the basic stuff like how to check your fluids, your tire pressure, how to change a flat, what all the different warning lights on the dash mean, things like that. If there's anything you're interested in learning specifically, leave it in the comments, and I will do my best to keep up with them and make content based off of what y'all want to learn. If you can think of anybody that this may benefit, please share it with them and follow along, and let's make this car stuff a little less intimidating.
Great advice, and I'm very supportive of women encouraging other ladies to, go do something substantial instead of flooding the market with corn. But I encourage a lot of people, you can go into auto, you can go into diesel, you can go into marine engine repair, you can go into small engine repair. And these are real lanes with real work. AI is more stronger where the job is text, data, and routine administration. The OECD says occupations that rely on manual skills and strength tend to have low AI exposures.
Today, girl, you're a blue collar baddie. Hi, my name is Nina Renee, and you're coming to work with me as an auto mechanic assistant. First things first, we stopped by O'Reilly's to pick up a few parts. Our first job was literally just replacing spark plugs, ignition coils, and an air filter. Now we're headed to the next job, which is a diag. So I hooked up the code reader while my dad observed the car, and unfortunately, it turned out to be a timing issue. After that, we headed to the third call of the day, which the customer needed their high-pressure fuel pump replaced. And I forgot to mention it earlier, but this is a family business, so my dad is actually training my sister and cousin on this job. So you and I are actually going to sneak off and organize the Mishmobile, aka this big behind truck with all of our tools and parts. I'm very much a type A girly, so I was dying to get into this truck before the day was over. And we finished just in time to test drive the customer's car, which turned out very well. By this time, my stomach was growling, girl, and I was about to be hungry, so I had some orange chicken. Later that day, we didn't get rained on while doing a radiator replacement, but we still finished the day out strong. Thanks for doing a great work, bestie. Until next time, blue collar baddie, clocking out.
And her TikTok angle here is Nina Renee, day in the life of a mobile mechanic. She's a mobile mechanic working with her father and sister. These are the things I highly support. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, they say AI mainly hit roles whose core tasks can be replicated by generative AI, and administrative support keeps getting efficiency gains from tech. And that is why trade lane matters.
This woman opened an auto shop only for women where every mechanic is female. And while your car gets fixed, you can get a manicure, pedicure, or even a new hairstyle. Her name is Patrice Banks, and the idea came from pure frustration. Years ago, she was pushed into paying for a costly repair on her nearly new car simply because she didn't know enough to argue. That was the turning point. Patrice, who at the time was earning a six-figure salary as an engineer at DuPont, decided she'd had enough. She enrolled in night classes, studied auto mechanics, and worked in small shops to get hands-on experience. In 2017, she quit her high-paying corporate job and opened Girls Auto Clinic in Philadelphia. With a logo that combines a red high heel and a wrench, the shop made headlines instantly. Within just a year, she had trained and hired 5 female mechanics. And the concept wasn't just about fixing cars, it was about empowering women. Female clients could walk in without feeling intimidated, ask any question, even the ones they thought sounded dumb, and get a clear, respectful answer. At the same time, while their car was being serviced, women could relax with a manicure or pedicure at the in-house Clutch Beauty Bar. It turned a stressful chore into something enjoyable. Today, Patrice is seen as a pioneer for women in the auto industry, breaking stereotypes in a field where fewer than 2% of mechanics are female. Her shop has inspired similar projects across the U.S., proving there's demand for spaces where women feel safe, respected, and taken seriously.
I'm smiling because I'm going through some of the comments, and one here says not all heroes wear capes, some wear heels. I actually did a video on Patrice over 2 to 3 years ago. My channel is small, so it will probably fly over a lot of people's head. But a mechanic, they still have to diagnose the noise, test the system, pull the part, fit the replacement, and make sure the vehicle runs. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, again, they project strong turnover-driven openings in auto, diesel, and heavy vehicle work. Small engine mechanics, they inspect, service, and repair motorized power equipment. No, marine engine mechanics, they repair and maintain engines on ships and boats. You don't have to stick with the small shops or the dealership. There's a wide range of industries you can go out there with the same skill. And that is work AI cannot do for you. So when women on TikTok tell other women to get into mechanics, they are actually pushing a path that makes sense. The shop needs techs, the fleet needs techs, the marina needs techs, the job market still needs people who can fix real problems.
I'm in my 4th year of my light vehicle mechanic apprenticeship, and these are the things that I wish I knew before I started my apprenticeship. This one's mainly for the girls, but you don't have to dress like a bloke outside of work if you don't want to. You can dress as girly as you want to outside of work and still be just as capable in work. People are either going to completely love that you're in a trade, or they're going to hate it. And there's not really going to be an in-between. The blokes that you work with, some of them might be 20, 30, 40 years older than you. They're pretty quickly going to become some of the best people that you've met. I've lived a life. You don't need to be scared. You are always going to feel like you don't know enough. There is so much to learn. You're never going to learn enough. It's okay. Don't be afraid to ask questions, because the only wrong question is a question not asked. You will still end up learning things the hard way. It's probably going to turn out better than you thought it would. Anyone who's out there thinking about getting into a trade, get in, have a crack. Now is time to get into it. Everyone is screaming for apprentices. You never know what you might be able to achieve if you want to.
And thank you for that message. One comment here says, well done, young lady. I started as an apprentice decades ago. It was tough, but the journey is well worth it. You will understand what self-respect means. And I highly support that message. So, yes, you have to stop treating clerical work like the only respectable option out there. Skilled trades pay because they solve the stuff that breaks. If you want work that still has a future, get into the bay, get trained, and get paid.
And I said, well, how hard can it be? Boys do it. And then I said, how hard can boys do it?
Next up in this series, we're going to be focused on electricians, plumbers, welders, and anything to reduce the crime online, to let the ladies know that there are far more options out there. Remember to grab a copy of my ebook, The Parts Manager Guide. The links are in the description box below. Stay sharp, stay educated, and I'll catch you in the next one.